Hello, today is the 5th of February 2021 and I'm going to be just checking in with Matt Gaetz. Every so often I get an inkling that I should look at somebody, and it's Matt's turn, apparently. So I was accurate about Marjorie. She's going. Let's just take a look at Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz. What's Matt Gaetz' future? I want to know about his career, what it looks like, and life. And I'm asking Spirit to share with us what it feels that we should know. I ask the Creator and the ancestors and my other spiritual helpers to help me read clearly and accurately as I can. Now, Matt Gaetz is a Taurus with a Scorpio moon, and I think he has Scorpio in Jupiter too. So Marjorie Orr, she's an astrologer that's well known, pretty well respected. You can check out her website, ORR Marjorie. Her website is star4, like the number 4, cast.com. And, you know, she describes him as being very excitable, having a lot of energy, but not a lot of cohesion because of his chart. And stubborn. Definitely stubborn. So let's just take a look at what is going to be his future with his career and his life. And I ask Spirit to help me focus. Matt Gaetz, what do we need to know about his career and his life? What's on the horizon and in the future for him? Okay, and take a look. Knight of Pentacles. For those of you who are curious, this is the Tarot of the Mystical Moments by Katrin Weltz-Stein. And there's the Three of Pentacles. These are quite large cards. So we're talking about, the first thing that comes up is about where he's put his efforts and put them with steadfast devotion. And that is, this indicates working with other people towards a common goal. So it's indicative of more than one person involved, more than one person at work, working as part of a perhaps smaller team in some cases. There's some secrets here with the High Priestess. Some things Maddie has been doing behind closed doors, but yeah. Two of Cups. This talks about some secret I feel like it can be somebody like a bond, a friendship, or more potentially. But I'm feeling like he has its ties, connections, bonds, and I think there's some that people don't really know about, aren't really public, according to the High Priestess. This would indicate to me also secretive relationships, secretive bonds. But because we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles here, I'm feeling like this could be not necessarily just close relationships, but in particularly ones that emphasize work, his career. And there is something this would have been going on for a while. Not that this is speaking to a relationship, but I think more about a collection of people that he's pretty closely bonded to, and some he has some kind of secretive alliance with. It's very close. Ten of Cups. To me, this is that effort to secure some kind of fantasy ideal. It's more based in that. And here we have the Hanged Man. So I'm being shown in these first two rows him working with another group of people, and that their plan is grandiose and fluffy, but I see it either being sacrificed or held up, delayed. There's a different perspective coming about this idea that they're working toward, ideal, this fantasy. I'm shown the Nine of Wands. He's guarding this secret. Ten of Pentacles. This is generations particularly, and money. Somebody with money, and probably coming from a family of money. Whoever he's bought an agreement, bond, and it has to do with the Ten of Pentacles. And so it's very lucrative. But here he starts to feel like that goal, which I think it is, he's going to start feeling some discomfort in trying to achieve it. It's been delayed, and the pressure is on him. He's starting to actually going to be feeling some pressure wherein money, family, possibly. But I'm feeling like we're looking at quite a chunk of change here with that Ten of Pentacles. And it makes me feel there is a money connection, an agreement, that's secretive, and it's now becoming harder for him to secure. The Four of Cups, he's not happy about that in the future. And it falls into that Ten of Cups, of that happiness, that grandiose ideation of a life, or what would make you happy. So I'm feeling like he's involved in some, it shows that he is, yes, he's one of those, I think, that's involved in some secret activities that are here of lately. I mean, it was his, wasn't it his, one of his assistants that was up on top of the Capitol building during the siege? I don't know, doing something, waving around, I don't know. The World, so that's an end. The Two of Wands. This to me feels like very, look at that, right down this way. I feel like secretive communications between he and people he's working with toward a goal. And it would involve a lot of money with that Ten of Pentacles, power. But it's not going to happen. Because I'm seeing some kind of communication here in the Wheel of Fortune. Now here we just see that it does not come to whatever he's, been working for is not going to come to pass. He will not be pleased by this. He and others have been working for secretively. And it involves power. With that Ten of Pentacles, I'm thinking toward what's been taking place recently. His activity is very suspect, to say the least. Now with that Four of Cups, he's just kind of in a, he's not going to be in a position to be able to act or do much of anything here. I see him just kind of in a waiting mode. And frankly, being a bit pouty about this fantasy idea that he and a group of people were working on. That it's not going to work out. And there's a decision, but there's also communications that make suddenly a big change. That Two of Wands, his choices, in trying to expand his own personal, I think this is him too, his own personal career, what he's doing. Looking to expand, but no, we look back and it's tied up with a secretive relationship agreement involving the Ten of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So that, when I go down this way, there's a big change regarding perhaps some funding, maybe to do with family money. I'm not sure with him. Big change, though, coming. And usually that change means this was looking fairly copacetic. This might be an indication of a change from that. I think there are communications will be found of his that are very hostile in connection to recent events. I think he's part of the group that it's pretty clear, I think supports that capital insurrection. We get the Chariot. So again, we're getting this sense of movement and of change, of things moving forward. Oh, the Tower. The tarot is warning him that if he persists with this continued way of living, he's going to undo himself. And it comes very, very quickly with that Chariot and the Tower. The Tower itself indicates sudden. But here we have, let me just take a look here. The Fool is upside down. I righted all these cards, so I'm a little... and the Two of Pentacles, there's something unstable. I see he's taken a huge risk here, and it blows up in his face very quickly. And something isn't up and down, some sort of... He doesn't have a new path here. The Fool says there's not a path, but there's this sudden destruction, swift destruction. Now, sometimes a Chariot can indicate a vehicle. Could this be some kind of a vehicle accident as well? I don't know, but I do add that just as something to tuck away the grain of salt. But there's definitely something comes very quickly for him, his ruin, basically. His foolishness shows him to just be completely, of course, unstable. And I feel that with this means there's no new start for him. So I'm thinking he will be removed or end up not being in office. There's something unstable, and then there will be clarity. I think it has to do with his activities and his involvement with that Knight of Swords and that Ace of Swords here. It's just very clear and swift and sudden, and there will be no mistake, and it's coming into his not fairly near future, and it's devastating. Ace of Cups, a lot of emotion will be overspilling. Queen of Cups. Very emotional about it. Well, that could be his water moon. I see that this will unglue him in some way because it's so swift, it's so final, it's so not a that's it. There's two other, this could be him, because this is also, this deck is interesting. Though it has a feminine figure here, this is also a King of Pentacles. He is a King of Pentacles. Wait a minute, did I get that wrong again? I gotta think, because sometimes I do that. I know his moon is Scorpio. Yeah, he's a Taurus. So yes, he would be the Taurus. Now this fire could be another a male of a fire sign. This could indicate Trump or any of the other, I think, fellow people he's been involved with that support this. Shows them showing up. Empress. And the Eight of Cups. They will, there's an abandonment of a wife. A wife leaves. A King of Wands. Or there is some financial living lifestyle that one has to abandon. Lovers and Justice. Well, I think he could be definitely, and likely will be definitely, facing legal consequences for his own behavior down the road because of his choices to engage in what he has. Eight of Wands. He'll be worried. He will be sweating it. I think likely a prison sentence is what we're looking at. King of Swords, I'm presuming that may be Trump, but it's hard to say. There's a King of Cups, the Sun, so there's something that's very revealing about a Six of Pentacles, about a past. So I think Matt's secret behavior and his not so secret behavior will end up ending his career very quickly. It's coming on the horizon, and it has to do with, there's, I think, something with money, a lot of it, and power. And I believe more planning. Again, I get a sense of him maybe as being somebody that was a little more involved in the planning part, or definitely aware. He's just seems to be more swept into an active connection with people, I feel, who engaged in the insurrection on the 6th of January. It doesn't look good for him. I see he will be, I think, facing legal consequences. And yeah, so watch that space. Watch that space. There are so many spaces to watch, but watch Matt Gaetz he's next on the exposure block, and I think his career will be most assuredly fini. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to get on to the next reading. And if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. It really helps a small, struggling channel like myself. I would appreciate if you like this, throw me a subscription, please. I don't know if people have been finding themselves unsubscribed or what, but I would appreciate that help. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.